Yeah, hi, I'm out at Spencer Park, Brooklands today, and I'm walking a section of the Christchurch 360 trail. And so the Christchurch 360 trail is a trail right around the outside of Christchurch, using existing tracks and roads and embankments. It's 130 kilometres total. So this is the penultimate piece that I have between Spencer Park and Brooklands, and then I only have one other section left, and then I've done the whole trail, and that's from Taylor's Mistake to Sumner. Yeah, this track here, it's roughly around about 6 to 7 k's return. Probably take about maybe 3 hours all up, half an hour each way. Yeah, and so you can do it walking, cycling, horse trekking, or running down here. So that's the start of the trek just there, and it's heading along the edge of the lagoon. When you get to this post, you have to go to the right. That leads round to Brooklands. The other way leads into the pine forest. They've got this weed matting down on the ground to make the track a bit easier to walk on. Probably need boardwalk, really. Yeah, you can see up the Brooklands lagoon. We're heading to where those pine trees are off in the distance over there. There's a bird hide up there that you can go up and observe the birds with binoculars and stuff. We'll just go up and have a look. So this is the bird hide. Just shows you some of the birds you could see from here, and then the view out over the estuary. The pine trees over there in the distance are where the beach starts. There's a seat there that looks out over the lagoon. See all the birds out there. Those horses are looking at me with a very suspicious look on their face. My daughter Georgia would probably know what they all were. She's into horses. So you just have to keep following the posts, and you can see on the bottom there, that's the Christchurch 360 logo, that kind of circular swirling pattern. We're just staying next to the lagoon and basically heading this direction, and then over here is a horse trekking trail that runs right along next to this. That's a bit strange. There's a kid's toy just sitting there forlorn right in the middle of nowhere. Really weird. Just climbing up and over some sand hills. That's looking back down to Spencer Park down there. There's a strategically placed picnic table there about halfway between Brooklands and Spencer Park. Yeah, it'd be a good place to stop for a break. I might stop there on the way back. Another place to rest. There's a picnic table just over there at the bottom of the hills. Yeah, and we're just at the point where the Brooklands Lagoon walk finishes. This is basically the halfway point between the 2 points, between Brooklands and Spencer Park. There's another seat that you can stop for a rest at, and there's a bit of a bird blind just over there. So we just keep going along the edge of the lagoon. Someone's erected a shelter there. It's probably whitebaiters or people coming out here to do shellfishing, to get shellfish out of there, because you can take shellfish out of there at certain times of the year. That's the old track there that used to run along behind the beach, but it gets really wet and muddy at times, so that's why they built that other track. You can still take this track if you want to. So that's the edge of Brooklands just there. About a K to go to the end of the track. The estuary out here is extremely tidal, so at high tidal this would be full of water. You can see the tide's going out at the moment. Well, that's where the houses used to be before the Christchurch earthquakes, but this whole area out here got completely smashed by the earthquakes, and maybe 150 houses had to be demolished. So you can actually end just there with the roadside over there and then turn around and walk back, or get someone to pick you up, or you can continue along. There's a track along the top of this embankment that goes all the way down, and that's where I'm going to be going. This part of the track from here to the Styx River mouth is that old track where it's been cut through the rushes and reeds. Yeah, so sometimes it can be too muddy to walk. At this point you have to turn off to the left and go out onto the roads. The person that owns that house over there in a fight with the Christchurch Regional Council about who owns the land, and so he's banned people crossing his land down here. Yeah, so just go left when you get to the sign, head out onto the road, and then you're walking along Charon Road. Yeah, so after that turn you have to come out and walk along the edge of the road out to the Styx River mouth. All these empty sections you can see over here, they all used to have houses at them. All got destroyed in the earthquakes. Lots of liquefaction. The ground came up out here by 1.5 meters. Yeah, so they pulled them all down. So then you're turning and you're going down this side street, which is Chelford Street. and then walking down the road down there. Lots of people paddock their horses out here. So you're heading down that road to this point where you go back onto a track that goes along the edge of the lagoon again. Yeah, so here's an information board basically showing you where the track is here. Yeah, down here it's only a couple of 100 metres down to the Styx River, and then that's the end of the track. Yeah, so you're just heading this way. I can see a track marker over there in the distance. Back on the track again. I found a poster just here, a post with the track markers on it. Yeah, so we're just heading that way down to the Styx River mouth. That's the end of the Bush Beach track. You're just walking out to this car park over here, and then you walk along an embankment. There's a rahui, or a native ban on taking shellfish from here. They detected some algal blooms out here, and they're trying to let the shellfish beds recover. There's the Brooklands lagoon at this end of the track. So the last piece of this section, you're walking along the top of this embankment for about maybe 100 metres. There's some herons out there on the water. Don't like me getting so close to them. They're protesting about it. So that's the mouth of the Styx River there, and heading in this direction. That's actually the end of this section of the track. From the fence line over there, you go on the river embankments, basically along the Waimak River course. That area over there is Pines Beach, and the mouth of the Waimakariri River. You just can't see it behind that line of pine trees there. But yeah, that's where the Waimak goes out into the ocean. Well, that's the start of the next section of the track. So you follow this river embankment down to the old Waimak Bridge, and then you follow the tracks along the edge of the river all the way out to McLean's Island, and then from there you follow roads round to the portholes. At the end of the track there's a set of toilets if you need some toilets. They are actually operating. And then from there you can get someone to come pick you up from the road, or turn around like me and walk back to the beginning, or you know, set off along that next section down to the old Waimak Road. So I'm just setting off back to Spencer Park. Yeah, I have to go down towards the house that I had to circumvent, and then I'm back on the track and walking around to Spencer Park. You can start this section from either end. I'd probably be inclined to go from Spencer Park. You can park your car out here, but there's all kinds of dodgy people out here. Because there's no houses, you get all the boy races out here and people doing drugs and all kinds of crazy shit. I don't know if your car would be secure if you left it out here for 3 hours while you were walking the track. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll go down, walk around that property, and then basically get back on the track to Spencer Park. On the other side of those pine trees over there is the end of the beach. I'll have to go down there and show you sometime. It's quite interesting. So you can walk down that spit from Spencer Park along the beach, and then there's actually a track on this side of the spit that goes all the way back to Spencer Park along the back of those trees there. Yeah, it's quite a nice walk. Back onto the track now, and heading down to Spencer Park, about an hour's walk away. I'm just sitting on a bench at Brooklands and having a drink and a snack. That's a Mr. Kipling lemon cake there, yum yum, bloody delicious. And then you can just see, yeah, out. Just heading back down the track, back down to Spencer Park. Nice seat there, looking out over the part of the estuary, the lagoon there. Yeah, down by Brooklands. Just off the main part of the track. The main part of the track's just down there. That's looking southeast towards Spencer Park. There's a trap line along this track. There's one of the tracks. Probably catching rats, hedgehogs, maybe stoats out here. There's another one of those predator traps along the track. Those are those packs of wraps from Coupland. You get like 2 of them in a packet. I think it's around about $5. Just getting ready to head back down the track, about a K back to the car. That's the front of that bird watching blind. About 400 metres away from the track end. It's an area of native planting there. They're planting native trees. So there's the end of the track over there. Nearly at the end. There's the car park over there and the end of this section of the Christchurch 360. There's a viewing tower right near the car park that you can get up and get a good view of the lagoon. So I'll go up there and just have a look and see what it looks like. That's the entrance to the Christchurch Adventure Park. So they've got like a whole lot of high wires and airborne bridges and walkways and stuff that you can go over. So that's the end of that walk. That's a really nice track. You should think about doing the Christchurch 360. Just do it in sections like I have. I've been doing it for like the last 5 years, doing a bit every so often. Yeah, nice walk that one. Down to Brooklands. Come have a go. Cool. See you next time.